Mystery blasts have shaken Iran's nuclear heartland yet again, raising the explosive question of who is really the aggressor and whether a new shadow war has just escalated. State media reported two powerful explosions near Bushehr and the nearby town of Choghadak, fueling speculation that critical sites around Iran's nuclear facilities may have been probed or attacked. With no clear damage or casualty details released so far, the mystery around Bushehr is only deepening, leaving Iranians and the world guessing what, or who, was really hit. As U.S. officials insist that America is not striking Iran now, is Washington desperately trying to distance itself from these new explosions before the region ignites again? Tired of being seen as a punchbag in the Iran-U.S. confrontation, are Donald Trump's Arab allies now entering the Iran war directly, testing how far they can go without sparking full-scale retaliation? Some Arab media outlets claim that Bahrain and Kuwait, not the United States, may have struck targets inside Iran, hinting at a far more complex and dangerous regional game in motion. US and Iran traded fresh strikes on July 9th, with the conflict continuing to escalate for a third straight day as both sides answered each other's attacks with new barrages. Iran launched missiles toward U.S. allies Jordan, Bahrain, and Kuwait after American bombardments, widening the battlefield and directly threatening Washington's regional partners. Jordan said it intercepted 8 Iranian ballistic missiles that entered its airspace, showcasing its air defense systems and underlining how close the kingdom came to suffering direct hits. Air raid sirens sounded across Jordan for the first time in months during the attack, sending residents into shelters and reminding the public how quickly regional tensions can spill over their borders. According to Iranian media, the missiles targeted U.S. bases in Kuwait and Jordan's Muwaffaq Salti Air Base, signaling Tehran's intent to hit American forces wherever they are stationed in the neighborhood. Iran also reportedly targeted Kuwait's port area during the latest missile barrage, raising fears for the security of vital Gulf logistics hubs and energy infrastructure. Claims emerged of an Iranian attack on a U.S. warship in the Gulf, but these reports remain unconfirmed, adding a layer of uncertainty and potential alarm over maritime escalation. Meanwhile, the U.S. said it has struck more than 170 Iranian military targets in 2 days, pointing to a sweeping campaign aimed at degrading Tehran's warfighting capabilities. Washington stated that air defense systems, missile sites, drone depots, and naval assets were hit, indicating a focus on dismantling Iran's ability to launch further strikes by air and sea. For the first time since April, U.S. forces also targeted Iran's strategic bridges, suggesting a move to disrupt internal movement and logistics inside the country. Iran said a key rail link used for trade with Russia and China was hit by cruise missiles, highlighting the economic and geopolitical cost of the strikes beyond purely military damage. Those strikes halted rail traffic to Mashhad, the city where Khamenei's funeral ceremonies are taking place, intertwining the military campaign with a highly symbolic moment of national mourning. Tehran vowed to keep fighting until it thwarts what it called U.S. strategic objectives, signaling that it sees the current confrontation as an existential struggle rather than a short-term flare-up. Israel said it does not expect the latest U.S.-Iran escalation to spill into its territory, according to reports, suggesting that for now, Jerusalem believes the exchanges will remain contained to other fronts. Trump ditched the new Air Force One mid-journey amid a security scare, opting to leave Turkey on the older presidential jet instead of the recently retrofitted Qatari-gifted aircraft. Donald Trump said he remains Iran's #1 target, while speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One during his return flight from the NATO summit. The remarks came after reporters were instructed to close the aircraft's window blinds, prompting questions about whether additional security precautions were being taken. When asked about the unusual request, Trump replied they were on a dangerous flight because of what he described as continuing threats from Iran.
They wanted to see, so they came a little bit early and we switched planes.
So you're saying there wasn't a security concern?
No. Why
Was
would
there
they?
any other issue? No issue?
No, except we sent it a little early. Same line, going back. We sent it a little bit early so that we could let them see it. The whole base came out and saw the plane, and then we landed.
Do you know why they had us close our window blinds? That was not usual.
Well, yeah, because you're, probably on a dangerous flight because of the sleazebags that we have to deal with.
So you think that Iran was possibly thinking of trying
Well, I mean, if they asked you to close your windows, probably they feel that way. They didn't ask me to close mine, but if they did, I would have done it. No, these are sick people, so I could see something like that. I didn't know they did that, but I could see something like that.
Were you aware aware of any credible threat by Iran against Air Force
Well, I have
One?
a threat all the time. I'm number one on their list before you. But if I go, you go, right?
But was there a
So
specific threat today?
perhaps someday you want to change professions. What do you have, Daniel?
Is it conclusive that there are strikes ongoing in Iran, sir?
We just hit them very hard, and I say we hit them 20-1. Every time they hit us, we're going to hit them 20. And we did it last night. They did a little something today, but it was really retribution for last night. They hit actually 3 boats, not 2. And when they hit, we hit back much harder.
Are we returning to a full-scale military conflict, sir?
I don't know. I don't know. We'd win it very quickly. It's another way of doing it. We have many ways we can win, but we've already won militarily. They have very little. They have very little left, and they want to make a deal so badly.
An Iranian official claimed Donald Trump was within Iran's reach during his visit to Turkey. Iran says it deliberately chose not to target Trump in order to preserve relations with neighboring countries. The official said Tehran exercised restraint despite growing calls to avenge the killing of Ali Khamenei. Iran claimed maintaining good neighborly relations took priority over attacking the US president. Ayatollah Zaghami said, and I quote, "Trump was within reach for retaliation over Khamenei. But in order to preserve friendship and good neighborly relations with neighbors, we did not target him." Unquote. The official also called for Turkey's ambassador to be summoned over Trump's actions. Iran accused Donald Trump of directing attacks on Iran while attending the NATO summit in Turkey. The remarks came as the ceasefire collapsed and the United States and Iran resumed exchanging military strikes.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.